Page number 11 मा जाऊ त. The writing process. Writing process मा invention, arrangement, drafting and revising, editing and proofreading. Oh, how do we invent? What is the writing process? How do we invent? That is called pre-writing. No? How we arrange that, how we draft and revise that, and how do we edit and do proofreading. After that, we read how to read to write. Read to write means becoming a critical reader. कसरी critical reader बन्ने? How do we understand the given text? How can we understand the given text? And how can we analyze it? Text लाई कसरी बुझ्ने र कसरी analyze गर्न सक्ने हुने. This is the next matter. And after that, previewing. Yes, how do we have the preview over there? Title, opening and closing paragraphs, paragraph first sentence, heading, हैन यो सबै कुराहरु चाहिँ के भए previewing भए. Next one is highlighting, means we underline and we find out what is the most important aspect over there, and that is through the help of highlight. हैन र हामीले highlighting को process बाट चाहिँ यसलाई अगाडि बढायौं. That we have read before. Once revise it. मैले जस्तो भएन रिभिजन गर्नुस् भन्नको लागि हो. And after that, we went to invention. Invention लाई हामीले पढेनौं हैन, अब पछि पढ्छौं. No matter. We went to essay. And what was our first essay? Class, what was our first essay? Narrative essay. Narrative essay. अब तपाईहरुले लेख्नु पर्छ भने पनि लेख्नुस्, म भन्दै जान्छु है केही कुराहरु. Narrative essay भनेको जहिले पनि first person singular. That means when we write our experience through the help of our writing, then that is narrative essay. Narrative essay मा हरेक एसेहरुमा हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ भने टपिक सेन्टेन्सलाई हामीले छुट्याउनु पर्ने हुन्छ. This is the most important thing. Topic sentence is the sentence which represents our essay, whole essay. So, narrative traces, developments, these things we should keep in mind. That is using first person singular. Always be careful about it. Using first person singular I. When we use we also, it will not be personal narrative one. So in exam you will be asked, write a narrative essay. Then always start with I. Though it will be an imagined one or it will be an experienced one. Don't think about it. Just start with I and write as if you have faced the same problem or you have faced those events yourself. Suppose, write a narrative essay on about your family picnic. It could be. No, now what you will do? You will start with I. Okay, there we use narrative. And how do we use a narration then? Narration will provide the structure of our entire essay, and through the narrative passages, it may appear in essays that are not primarily narrative. पहिला narrative नहुन पनि सक्छ. So be careful while writing the narrative essay. That means using first person singular, that is I. In each and every essays, as we read before, there must be chronological order, one after another. You need to be able to describe, or you need to connect the ideas and terms over there through the chronological order. and you know well about the thesis statement too. When you will write the narrative essay, every essay, no, to especially we are going to talk about narrative essay. So when you will go through the narrative essay, don't forget to include the thesis statement over there. You know, thesis statement should be connected with the last paragraph too. When you will end your essay or your writing, there you need to connect your ending paragraph with the thesis statement. So, how can we vary the sentence structure in narrative essay? Now, in narrative essay, we can vary, we can find out the sentences there. फोन पो गर्छु जनक भाउजूलाई फोन गरेर जनक दाइको बुढीलाई Okay, so we can vary the sentence over there by writing it in chronological order. Okay, so one after another, as we were in the term that discussing our family picnic. What happened in the family picnic? Don't write it at first. You start when you started your family picnic. प्लानिङबाट सुरु भएको हुनसक्छ. Our family members felt very bored. We were feeling very bored because of lockdown, COVID-19. And after the lockdown, we planned to have a family picnic, or my mother planned to have a family picnic. Then we engaged on the day. यसरी सुरु गर्छौँ नि हामी कन्टिन्युअसली जानुहोस् एकैचोटि पिकनिकमा के भयो भनेर लेखेर न्यारेटिभ राइटिङ इफेक्टिभ हुँदैन है. अब कसरी क्लियर न्यारेटिभ अर्डर मेन्टेन गर्ने त भने देयर मस्ट बी क्रोनोलोजिकल अर्डर. यो त हुनैपर्छ. क्रोनोलोजिकल अर्डर भएन भने राइटिङ हुँदैन. भनेको सिरियल्ली जानु पर्यो के. सो इफ यु आर राइटिङ अ स्ट्रेट फरवर्ड अकाउन्ट होइन कुनै हामी स्ट्रेट फरवर्ड कुराहरू लेख्दैछौँ भने प्लिज हिस्टोरिकल इभेन्ट अर summarizing a record of poor management practices, you will probably want to move directly from beginning to end. सुरुवातदेखि अन्त्यसम्म सिधै जानुहोस्. Personal experience becomes a narrative writing. होइन पर्सनल एक्सपिरियन्स नै narrative writing हो. So, you may want to engage a reader interest by beginning with an event from the middle of your story, or even from the end and then presenting the event that led up to it. You may also decide to begin in the present and then use it on more flashback. Present tense मा लेख्ने र सबै मेमोरी गर्दै लेख्दा नि हुन्छ. फ्ल्यासब्याक के अगाडिको सम्झेर लेख्दाखेरि. This is what chronological orders and flashbacks can be used in narrative writing. र तपाईले verb tense चाहिँ कुन युज गर्ने त while writing narrative writing? This is the most important thing that we need to remember. When you write a narrative writing, you should be careful to keep verb tense consistent and accurate so that your reader can follow the sequence of the event. जेबाट सुरु गर्नुभयो त्यसमै लेख्नु पर्यो. Don't change the verb tense over there. But if you will include their flashbacks, you can write past tense. And that will be direct speech. होइन जसरी सुरु गर्नुहुन्छ that will be future tense मा त narrative writing अब हुँदैन नि. Either present tense or past tense. Then after use the transitions over there. First, second, next, then later, at the same time, meanwhile, immediately, soon, before, earlier, afterwards, now, and finally. These are the transitions that we use in narrative writing. Use it. Okay. So, how we will structure narrative writing, narrative essays then? We will be sure about the essay that we are writing is narrative writing. Then write introduction of that. Then write a body paragraph. then write conclusion. This is what we use to write essay too. Now, in this way, you will be able to write the narrative essay. Are you clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. So, in the revision process, we are going on only daughter. Now, this is our first narrative essay. अब जिस्टमा मात्र भन्छु है. Only Daughter, written by Sandra Cisneros. Read yourself about the writer, okay? She is writing, she is presenting the condition of Mexican family. How the Mexican society makes and creates an environment for a daughter. In this only daughter, there is a daughter in a family who has 6 brothers, whose father is from Mexican family. So she is Sandra Cisneros herself. As we have talked about the narrative writing, she herself is from Mexican society, Mexican family, not only from Mexican family. Her father, her father, who is grown up in Mexican society, has typical Mexican mind where girls are dominated, women are dominated. They are just kept as a protector of a family, carer of a family, as we have in our society. You can compare that society and our society the same. Now, in this lesson, I'm not going through the summarization, okay? In this lesson, what Sandra Cisneros has problem is, she has problem with her father. Her father always focuses on his daughter because she has sons. Because he has 6 sons at home, so he is very proud of having son. He wants is that one daughter also to be a son. So usually whenever he used to describe about his family to the new person, he proudly used to say that he has 7 sons. So poking her father, she used to say, Father, they are not all your son. There are 6 sons and a daughter. Then he used to be quiet. It is what psychologically his father wants his one daughter also to be a son. He is not happy that he has a daughter. This is a matter. Next thing is what she presents is her mother is US grown up and her father is Mexican grown up. Her mother, when she got married with her father and is in Mexican society, she could say nothing. Though she is not grown up like in the society as her father is. She could say nothing. She could not go against her husband's wish. Mexican society मा आएपछि आमा पनि मेक्सिकन जस्तै हुनुभयो. An opportunity what she got is, अब तपाईहरुले सबभन्दा बुझ्नुपर्ने डिफरेन्सेस के छ भने डिफरेन्सेस बिट्विन ओन्ली अ डटर एन्ड ओन्ली डटर. ओन्ली डटर भन्यो भने चाहिँ मेक्सिकन सोसाइटीमा भएको छोरीहरूको अवस्था लेख्ने. ओन्ली अ डटर भन्यो भने चाहिँ उनी नै त्यो परिवारमा 6 छोराको बीचमा एउटा छोरी हुनुको अब समस्या फाइदा दुवै छ, त्यो दुवै लेख्ने. अ डटर भनेपछि उनको फ्यामिली भित्रको कुरा लेख्ने. ओन्ली डटर मात्र भन्यो भनेदेखि मेक्सिकन होल सोसाइटीको कुरा लेख्ने. Now, especially she is focusing her father. As her father is from a working class people, he is taking care of his family of 6 sons, 1 daughter, 7, he and his wife, 9 family members by working. Yes. So what he has intention is, though he is in a working class family, he wants his son to be to live a good life, not like of him. So he wants to admit his sons in a good school, moving here and there in the name of giving them good education, sometimes in city, sometimes in village. Wherever he used to go, he used to admit his sons in a good school. For that, he was ready to visit the pastors time and again. Now, as she is only a daughter of our family, she was also sent to school. छ छोरालाई पठाइयो यो एउटी पनि जाओस्. That was the intention. Actually, his father's intention was not that his daughter should read. Her father, he always used to be busy with his work, and he always used to get concerned with his son. He never used to ask her. He never used to give time to her. He never used to concern about her and her any matter. So she always used to be alone at her home. Her brothers do not used to play with her because they were son and she was a daughter. If she goes outside also, she was not allowed to play in the public playground because she was a daughter. So as she was only a daughter, एउटा मात्र छोरी भएको हुनाले धेरै लोड पनि उनलाई घरको भएन. धेरै छोरी भएको भए काम छुट्याइन्थ्यो, पढ्नलाई ब्यान्ड गरिन्थ्यो, के गरिन्थ्यो. छ छोराको बीचमा एउटी छोरी हुनाले उनलाई वास्तै भएन. She was not given any household duties to. घराइसी गर्ने कामहरूको ड्युटी पनि उनलाई दिइँदैन थियो. So she used to spend her all the time alone, and that lonely time she has developed herself engaging in a certain activities, and that activities she made, that was writing, and it became her career right now. She says that when she has passed her higher education, as her brothers used to, they were engaged in, they read the technical subject. Her father don't used to think that except technical subject, there are subjects to read. So after her higher education too, she wants to go university. Her father don't used to send, but her brother said, let's send her. आफ्ना छोराहरूले बहिनीलाई नि पठाइदिउँ न भने हिसाबले पठाइदिएका हुन् बाबाले, नत्र पठाउनु हुन्न थियो. And she was not allowed to read the technical subject. So she was asked for the subject what she want to read in her university. As she said that I want to do English, major in English. Then her father laughed. Major in English is such a subject which will not take more cost. He should not spend a lot of money for his daughter to read such stupid subject. Actually, when she completed her education in university through major in English, her father said her that why didn't you search your boyfriend till the time? Actually, why didn't you search your husband till the time? Actually, her father's intention was not sending his daughter for reading. His intention was छोरीलाई कलेज पठायो भने आफ्नै श्रीमान खोज्छिन्, त्यो पनि लोड मैले बोक्नु परेन भन्ने बाबाको इन्टेन्सन थियो. But she didn't do that. So her father said that the education you have got in university is ruined now. खेरै गयो नि, हैन त? He said that. As she found this all the discrimination, means her father's mental development is the effect that he has inherited from his time of upbringing and the Mexican society's all the male members. As she was left alone, she started doing writing. She became a teacher, she became a professor. It was not a job for her father. His father never used to say that my daughter is a professor. Professor त नभन्नेले टीचर त झन् कसरी भन्नुभयो होला. Never he used to say, because there was not a job, there was not an education which a good man used to take. But he proudly used to say when her one elder brother became a An engineer means after passing his technical subject, his father used to say to all the people that we are not a person, we are not a working class people now. We do not work through hands only, we work through mind also. That means he was very proud with his son. पहिलो छोरा डक्टर, दोस्रो छोरा इन्जिनियर हुँदै जाँदा उनलाई टेक्निकल एजुकेसनको त्यति महत्त्व थियो, तर छोरीको एजुकेसनको महत्त्व थिएन. It was going on. She did not get married. Yes. And why her marriage is late or why she didn't get married is because she was only a daughter in her family. Because her father, her mother do not spend. Mother, especially mother, is not engaged over here. Father is here all the time. And her father do not give time to his daughter. And she was only a daughter. एउटै छोरी थिइन्, बिहाको त्यति चासै भएन. धेरै छोरी भएको भए यसलाई बिहा गरेर पठाउने अनि अर्कोलाई गर्ने प्रोसेसिङ हुन्थ्यो. घरमा कामहरू छुट्याइन्थ्यो, ड्युटीहरू लगाइन्थ्यो, पढ्नलाई रोकिन्थ्यो. तर त्यो उनलाई त्यो केही भएन. एउटै छोरी भएको हुनाले उनलाई चाहिँ फाइदा भयो. बाबाको सोच भिन्न भए पनि इन्डाइरेक्टली सी इज टेकिङ एडभान्टेज अफ इट. So once when she was almost all the year, there used to be gathering at her home in the time of Christmas, as there were lots of people in her family now, 6 brothers, their 6 wives, no, and their grandchildren. होला नि त कति धेरै थिए. She also came her home, घर गइन् उनी पनि, from her working place. When she went there, her father now do not used to work like before, because last time when he was attacked by a stroke, he used to spend his time, most of the time, by resting and watching television. It was his daily activity and daily work he used to do. As she went to her father upstairs, he was watching television. She kept a book there, and his father's eyes went on that book. He took the book and started reading. When he started reading, पहिला पहिला her father do not used to read such books. Her father used to read such books where males were senior, where male has beaten the female, where husband has suppressed the wife, where daughters were in problem. यस्ता मात्र बाबा पढ्नुहुन्थ्यो to feel himself that he is senior. But now he started reading that book as it was written in Spanish. है. It was translated in Spanish. भर्खर स्पेनिसमा ट्रान्सलेट भएको यो बुक बाबाले पढ्न थाल्नुभयो. And she wanted to show him that this was the book written by her. मैले लेखेको किताब भनेर देखाउन खोज्दै थिइन् उनी. But he continuously started reading the book. As he was watching television, he muted the television, or he decreased the volume of television first, and he started reading. Wherever he found the book was interesting, the lines were more interesting, he used to pause the television. He used to read it twice and more than twice too. He used to move his head, and he used to laugh somewhere, and he used to express his pain through his face somewhere. Means he started going through the book, being very, very concentrate on it. As she sat on bed next to her father and waited for the reaction of her father, he read it very slowly, as if he were reading each line over and over. एकदम concentrate भएर दोहोऱ्याइ दोहोऱ्याइ पढ्नुभयो बाबाले. He laughed at the right places and read lines he liked out loud. He pointed and asked question, is this so and so? मलाई सोध्दै पनि गर्नुहुन्थ्यो, यस्तो हो त छोरी? I said, he kept reading. When he was finally finished, जब बाबाले बुक पढेर सक्नुभयो, he seemed like hours. My father looked up and asked, where can we get more copies of this for other relatives? यसको अरू कपीहरू पनि मेरो रिलेटिभ्सलाई दिन पाए हुन्थ्यो नि. Where can we get? So this is the very surprising event that she had. of all the wonderful things that had happened with her in the last year. That was that was the most wonderful event. That means our father asking for some other books which he would distribute to other relatives. It means now her father is also able to respect and accept his daughter as an author. अब लेखिका हुन् सही कुरा लेखिन्छन् भन्ने उनलाई बल्ल विश्वास भयो. Okay. What is the main theme over here is in Mexican family, the sons are more useful than the daughters. They can get job provided for family, but the daughters are expected to stay home and cook and clean. As what we are feeling, as what our society is making daughters to do, as what they think about daughters in our society. Our father thinks that she wasted her education because she didn't get married when she was in college. Looking back, she was glad that he only saw worth in a woman. तर लास्टमा पुग्दा चाहिँ महिलाहरूमा नि केही छ भन्ने कुरा बाबाले एक्सेप्ट गर्नुभयो. Then she is happy now. Okay, this is what only daughter. अब यो सुरुमा धेरै साथीहरूको छुट्यो होला भनेर मैले डिटेलमा गएँ होइन. माई मदर नेभर वर्कदेखि त त्यति छुटेन पनि होला. सो ओन्ली डटर त हामीले क्लासमै फिजिकल क्लासमै पढायो नि त होइन. नाउ माई मदर नेभर वर्क, वी रिड इन अनलाइन क्लास इफ यु हेभ रिमेम्बर्ड इट. एन्ड I think most of our friends hasn't forget it. Before going to my mother never worked, we need to know about Bonnie Smith Hackle, read it yourself, and the background of Social Security benefit. सामाजिक सुरक्षा भत्ता जुन हाम्रोमा पनि आउँछ, मैले यसलाई पुरै एक्सप्लेन गरेको छु. एकचोटि पढ्नुहोस् त प्याराग्राफ. ओके, सो हियर इज my mother never worked is also next narrative writing where there is Bonnie Smith Hackle as a narrator. She is a daughter. Her mother just died. Yes, आमाको भर्खरै मृत्यु भयो. After the death of mother, she has written this essay. Main theme in the essay is women in today's society have a much louder voice. अहिले हेर्ने हो भने यो प्रेजेन्ट कन्डिसनमा हेर्ने हो भने women in this present society they have much louder voice. आवाज ठुलो छ. Meaning they have more respect than before. Yes, they are more respected than before and are great appreciated for what they do. Women are also appreciated in our society now. The condition which you only daughter भन्नु र यहाँ माई मदर नेभर वर्कड भन्नु ठाउँमा आइपुग्ने बेलासम्म महिलाको कन्डिसन चेन्ज चाहिँ भइसक्यो. तर Bonnie Smith Hackle's essay makes a statement about how society values and appreciate women. महिलालाई कसरी लिएको छ त? And the way they work dating back to the 1920s. 1920 मा कस्तो थियो उहाँहरूको कन्डिसन र अहिले कस्तो छ? Most thing having to do with women working or anybody for what have changed for the better since then, but sadly something still remains same. त्यो बेलामा जस्तो चेन्ज थियो अहिले त्योभन्दा ड्रास्टिक चेन्ज चाहिँ भयो. तर कति कुराहरू जस्ताको तस्तै छ. As here now, the Social Security Fund of mother, her mother कराएपछि महिलाले सोशल सेक्युरिटी फन्ड पाउँदैनन्. त्यो त काममै गनिएन होइन त. त्योभन्दा बाहेक जब गर्ने मन्थली स्यालेरी लिनेहरूलाई मात्र काममा गनियो. त्योभन्दा बाहेक चाहिँ काममा गनिएन भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ विल गो हियर. अब हाउ मच आई क्यान नो. अब भोलि र पर्सि छ होइन हाम्रो रिभिजन. अर्को बुकबाट कति रिभिजन गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. अब एज पोसिबल आई विल हेल्प you by explaining in gist. Like this what only daughter, I will not go in detail. Only daughter जस्तो डिटेल त म जाँदिन, भ्याइदिन पनि. तर जिस्टमा चाहिँ म सबै भन्न जान्छु. Only daughter is the essay that most of our friend were not attended, no, because it was our first essay we took in physical class. But this online class I think you have taken it. And we will go in summary only. like my mother never worked, as it's a narrative writing. Once please read it. एकचोटि हजुरहरूले नि यसलाई राम्रोसँग पढ्नुहोस् र भोलि यसलाई समराइजेसन गर्छु, and that will be in gist. Before that, remember what social security benefit is and read about Bonnie Smith Hackle. That means our writer. त्यो दुवै पढ्नुहोस् है. And we will continue. भोलि यसै गर्छौँ. Thursday, Friday चाहिँ अर्को बुक गर्छौँ. And I will say in this, especially if you have any such essays that you need more explanations, please say me. पहिला त्यसलाई गरेर मात्र अनि अरूलाई जिस्टमा बनाउला. Okay, class? Once read it yourself. एकचोटि सबै हेर्नुहोस्. यो मध्ये अहिलेसम्म पढेको एसेहरू मध्ये कुन चाहिँ तपाईँहरूलाई एकदमै गाह्रो भएको छ, that I will explain first. त्यसलाई सबभन्दा पहिला एक्सप्लेन गर्छु अनि त्यसपछि अरूलाई एक्सप्लेन गरौँला. If you have any such essays, please ask me tomorrow. Thank you, class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
Ma'am.